there, has your metabolism slowed to an absolute crawl? I'm talking no matter what you do, no matter how healthy you eat, no matter how much you exercise, you're unable to lose that weight. Or even worse, you're gaining and losing the same few pounds and you're not even changing the way you're doing anything. My name is Terrell and I'm one of the coaches here at Beyond 40. And did you know this is the most common reason for people to seek out a coaching call? Because it is frustrating, it is irritating, and it is outright tiring to be working so hard and getting absolutely nowhere. So today I have some real life ways to increase your metabolism that actually work, and you stick around to the end because I have 5 foods that we consider healthy but are actually making your body unable to let fat go. Okay, so why does all of this happen? Well, we're told that it's our age. We're told that as we get older, our metabolism starts to decline and we're going to gain weight and be unable to lose weight and all of this stuff. And while it's true, we do have age-related metabolic decline. I'm 52 years old. This is a very big deal to me, but I will tell you this, and this is the part I love, that metabolic decline is only responsible for 1 to 2% per decade. So this is hardly anything. That's a 3-decade, 30-year span where it's probably only going to cost you about 100 calories a day. This is definitely not the reason that you're unable to lose weight, and it's certainly not the reason that you're gaining weight. So what we need to do is focus on shutting off the signals that tell your body to store or hold on to fat, and we need to turn on the signals that tell your body that it is okay to burn our stored energy and to use it, that it doesn't have to hold onto it. So the very first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna back off of our high intensity cardio. This keeps our adrenal glands going, going, going. It's an adrenal bomb. And this definitely sends a signal for your body to not use stored fat, okay? Shorter, like HIIT workouts, it's a completely different story. But first I want you to do is stop doing the long, high intense cardio. Not only that, but we barely have any recovery time in between when we're working out every day, especially if we're adding resistance training and that high intensity cardio in there. We have so much inflammation because we're unable to recover from one workout to the next. So I want you to take 4 weeks just until your body starts to let some fat go. I want you to use walking as your only cardio. I would love, love, love for you to do this in a fasted state because it sends a lot of different signals to your body first thing in the morning. Perfect. If you can go outside, even better. Now I know that some states are getting a little bit cooler now because winter is coming in, but if you can get outside, that is ideal. So we're going to relax the cardio after 4 or so weeks. When you notice that your body is starting to let some fat go, then add some HIIT workouts back in and the resistance training. And you can add the resistance training in with the walking, but just 2 or 3 days a week, and do it with the intention of building muscle so you're in and out quickly. This is not like a 2-hour muscle building workout, okay? When your 4 weeks is up and you've started to lose some weight, go ahead and add short, high intensity interval training in there. I'm talking 20 to 30 minutes max. Get in, get out, make sure you have enough recovery time. And so then you're gonna still add the resistance training in because muscles are very metabolic, and so we don't wanna let our muscle mass kind of deteriorate as we age. It's called sarcopenia. It does happen naturally and is part of the reason for that 1 to 2% metabolic decline. So we're gonna keep that muscle mass up, but before we can do that, we're gonna calm everything down, because those hormones plus inflammation, this is a bad cocktail for holding on to fat. And that inflammation can also be found in the form of eating things that have sugar in them. And there's a lot of healthy foods out there that are filled with sugar and names of sugar that we don't even know are sugar, but they're telling your body we cannot lose fat because they're raising your insulin levels. And this is a big deal. If your insulin levels are high, that's it. You are not able to use your stored energy for fuel and burn it off. So now we're gonna move on to our thyroid, because it's a very big deal, because when our thyroid function starts to wane and we can't convert our T4 to T3 as effectively as we used to be able to, this will affect our metabolism. And there's a few things that you can do really quick today to help that thyroid function. And number 1, watch that liver. That T4 to T3, one of the places that it converts in there is in your liver. So when you're eating all kinds of gross fats, I'm not talking about the naturally occurring animal fats in grass-fed beef and free-range chicken and stuff like this. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the added fats in there. We want to pull back on those and give your liver a little bit of a break, because this is going to help that T4 to T3 conversion. Also, add some iodine into your diet. This is a great supplement. Your body needs iodine. It has to have it for that T4 to T3 conversion. Now, we have iodized salt, but that is not your best form of iodine. Seaweed and kelp, these are beautiful. These are absolutely great, and they are the perfect source for iodine. But if you don't have access to those, or you just don't like the way they taste, there are lots of supplements out there. Also, when we have high insulin levels, this affects our ability to convert T4 to T3. So we want to keep our insulin levels low, which is another really good reason to watch the foods that might contain those hidden sugars that are raising insulin and we don't even know it. Now, we do have a supplement stack that is perfect for this. Our thyroid detox formula combined with our carb burn, we call it our hormone bundle, and I'm going to put the link in there, but there are ways to do it without the supplement. So watch that insulin and get some very good quality iodine in your diet. Now, we're going to move on to leptin because this is a very big deal. Leptin actually is a hormone, and it tells your brain what to do. Are you going to burn fat or are you going to store fat? So your body sends a signal to your brain and it says, hey, guess what? We have all the fat that we need. We do not need to store any more fat. So your body does not store it, and that actually allows like your glucagon and other things to come out and burn and use your stored fat for energy. Okay, there was a study done that was called the Matador study, and one thing that really helps you increase your leptin levels is to take a diet break. I absolutely love this because when we go on a diet, we want to start it and then we're going to just keep doing it until we get where we want to be. And this study shows more than anything how it is good for you to take a diet break, to have time in your lives with low calories and then time with higher calories, having times where you're really losing weight, but then you're just holding steady. This sets your body up for a really good, like kind of hormonal environment inside. So back to this Matador study anyway. So they took two groups of people. They had about 67% of their calories that they would need at their kind of, maintenance level, okay? They split them up. One group, they ate that 67% calories for the whole 16 weeks of the study. The other group had 2 weeks of a maintenance level calories and then 2 weeks of the 67% below it. Did you know that after the 16 weeks of this study, that the group that took that diet break, 2 weeks of dieting, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks of dieting, 2 weeks off, they lost 10 more pounds on average than anyone that just continued to diet the entire time. And this is such a big deal because it is not because of the calories, it is because of the hormonal environment they put themselves in. So if you've been dieting like crazy, I want you to stop. Go into maintenance mode, just eat what you would to hold your weight there. After 2 or 3 weeks, hit it again for another 2 weeks and then take a break again, because we don't want to put ourselves in a position where our body is protecting ourselves from that diet that we just keep doing and keep doing. So take a diet break. Okay, now let's get to those foods because this is such a big deal. So we're going to back off of the cardio. We are going to get some iodine, lower our insulin, and we're going to take a diet break every once in a while. But in the meantime, those 5 foods that we are going to talk about are this. Number 1, whole grains. I get that they're better than white bread or whatever, but I want you to stop and take the whole grains out of your diet, especially when you're trying to lose. Okay, and I want you to add in, instead of the whole grains, sprouted grains, or if you're a baker and you love to do that and you miss a little bit of bread, please use coconut flour. Coconut flour is outstanding and it does not do to your body what gluten does to your body, okay? And now the next thing that we're going to talk about is peanut butter. Peanut butter, not entirely terrible. However, most store-bought peanut butters are kind of filled up with garbage peanut butter. So what I want you to do is actually take your peanut butter, switch it to almond butter. Almond butter will actually help you burn fat, but neither one should ever be eaten with bread because that's going to put you in a carb-fat situation that you want to always be avoiding, okay? Next is seed oils. Olive oil is okay, but we're talking canola oil, like corn oil, all the stuff, cut them out. This is one of the biggest problems when we eat at restaurants. Ask what kind of oil they use because it's a very, very big deal. If you're eating seed oils and hard-pressed oils, guess what? You are not going to be able to burn fat. So switch those oils, guess what? To butter. Butter is great. Grass-fed butter. well, I mean, butter doesn't eat grass, but but we want this kind of healthy butter because it actually has CLA in it. It's going to help you maintain your muscle mass. It's going to help you burn fat. So switch from the oils to butter. And obviously we don't want to use a lot because again, we do want to protect that liver from all those extra fats. But switch out your oils for butter. Number one, it tastes really good. But anyway, it's definitely going to help you burn fat. And now we're going to move on to protein bars. Protein bars are one of the craziest things to me because number one, we shouldn't be snacking in between our meals anyway because that will stop your fat loss. But protein bars are usually filled up with just a bunch of yuck. You might as well have a candy bar. So cut out those protein bars and not even the ones that look good, like you can see the stuff in them because there's still carbs and fat together. Please don't do it. Cut the protein bars out of your diet. And the very last thing that I'm going to say is boxed cereals. And I know there's lots of cereals out there that say they're healthy, they say they have protein, like blah, 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 and you're going to use, almond milk or coconut milk with them. No, please stop. These things are going to spike your insulin so quickly. So boxed cereals are an absolute no. Protein bars, keep them out. We've got the seed oils, peanut butter for almond butter, whole grains, sprouted grains, and coconut flour. And you know what? Before long, and I mean, please just give it some time. Your body has to heal and it has to feel really good about where you are because holding on to fat is a survival mechanism for your body. So you can do all of these things, calm everything down on the inside. You're going to be in a fantastic hormonal environment, and I know that fat's going to come off. So if you have any questions, I'd love to help. So drop them in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.